Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. That's not really a new tutorial, it's more a continuous tutorial, because some people asked me if I can show how to texture this swirl thing here in Octane, so how to work with the vertex map in Octane. And so I want to show you how to do this. So this is our last project, so this is the last tutorial we did. You will find the download link in the description for the project file. And we want to texture this now with Octane. So let's do this. What do we don't need here? We don't need this reflection thing. This is just the reflections for the normal reflections. We don't need the light fog. We don't, because you have seen it works very good with the fog to make it in Photoshop too. And I will show you how to make some fog in Octane too. So we don't need the fog here, and I don't need here this texture, and I don't, that's it. Reflection, light, fog, and this one. Delete it. And of course I don't need these two texture stacks here. So that's it. Now we can start to work for Octane. I disable this light for the moment, and I disable the cloner for the moment, so everything works a little faster. Good, let's make material for our spaghetti here, for our strand. And okay, so I make a new material. I have here everything in my toolbar with it, and you find it in your thing here in your done render for in the in the Octane dialog. You find the same here, so the material, everything, and I did it here. So I make a new glossy material and open the node editor. I like to work with the node editor. I don't know why it makes the new material in the right corner here, in the lower corner. Should be here. So one material, second material, in case a mixed material. Don't know why, but doesn't matter. So I name this. This is one swirl here. Swirl. Now I make an RGB spectrum for the diffuse and make it something bluish color here. So something like that. And yeah, then a little roughness, so I make a float texture with the roughness. Let's set it to something like that here. Good, let's say this is our texture for this swirl thing. Put it on my sweep here, and let's see what we get. So let's start. Good. That's not surprise thing. It's okay. So, and let's go here to the render settings, and I go to my Octane setting, and here make 722. Okay, I'll make it 1500. Doesn't matter here. Okay. And now we want the glowing tips here. Make this a little darker here. Okay. So let's see how we can do these glowing tips. Normally we have, I would say, we need an emission material, of course, and for the tips that it knows where to shine, so we need the vertex map. In the glossy material we don't have any emission slot, so we have to take an diffuse or an specular slot material. So I take a new diffuse material, so I just take an Octane material, and this is diffuse by default, and here you see we have an emission slot here, and this is what we like. In this, I name this emission, in this emission slot we connect a black body emission. Okay, and now we have to bring them together, these two materials, and this we do with a mix material. Here we have the mix material, material 1 and material 2. And now of course we have to drag the mix material on our sweep here. So I take the mix material, and if you see, if I go over it, you see this arrow, just and release it, and we have the mix material. Okay, this is now, this is a mix between these two materials, and we need now an amount. And for the amount I want this vertex map, so that I have as an amount. Where the vertex map is, we have this glowing, and where not, we have the blue. So we have here the vertex map, and here we have a vertex map node. Let's make this bigger here. You see here we have a vertex map node. Take this and drag the vertex map inside, and just connect it with the amount here. And now you see this does not work for any reason. If I invert it, it makes no difference. It does not work. Does it work when you see this? No, it doesn't. Good. Not good, but so we have to find another way. Let's see if it works if we take the vertex map and connect it to the opacity of the emission. Okay, it works better, but not like we wanted. We don't have smooth transitions or something else. This is not what we want. Okay, so let's disconnect this. What we have to do is now we have to make a new vertex map, but in Octane it does not work with the correction deformer correctly, so we have to make our sweep editable. So let's make this. So I don't need the correction deformer with the vertex map. We make this new, just delete it, and I have here the connection object. Normally we can just select the connection object here and hit C. It should work. So I have here the null with lots of things. We don't need anything of this. We don't need any. We need just one of this. And be careful here. Here is a selection. We don't need this. Delete this. Okay, so now we have just one object here. Delete this mix material and just try it first, so, and this should work. Yeah, this is the same like before. What we need now is a new vertex map. So go out of the camera. I do it like before, so like in the last tutorial, like I showed it. Go here, UL for loop selection, select here, and select somewhere here, and UF for fill selection, shift to add the selection, here again shift click, okay, then select and set vertex weight, 100%, yes, and okay. We have this here. Let's double click our vertex stack here and smooth this a little bit. See, we have here add subtitle blah 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 blah. So, and we smooth it. I have 5 steps here and apply it to all. Okay, okay, but this is maybe a little few, but let's see if it, let's make it a little bigger. So what I do now is I go to the intensity and apply all, and you see it will be more. And now smooth and apply all. So let's try this. We should see something at least. Okay. Let's bring here in our thing here. What we can do here is we go in our camera. So, and I make a second window with a perspective here. And here this is my render view, uses render view. So this live viewer takes this render view, and here in this window I can work free however I want, and here I have every time the correct camera. So good. That's it for the moment, and I go now to my mix material here and to the editor. And now we try the same. We have here our emission. So put the mix material on our sweep here. We have here now our emission, I think, and in this vertex map here, in this node, we give the new vertex map. And drag it in as a mount. And ta-da! It works. Just invert it. Okay, sometimes you have to send it again, so and you see it works. Nice, nice, nice. So we can smooth this a little bit. Smooth and apply. Here we see it a little better. Smooth it again, or make it a little bigger. So intensity, apply, 1, 2, and smooth it now again. Oopsie. Apply, apply, and if you change nothing, so just send it. Yeah, that's better now. Maybe it's. It's a little too hard, but let's see if we can do something here. Okay, this is okay. And now this looks not really interesting. We have this background, this bright background. What could we do here? We could make the background darker, but then we have darker reflections everywhere and everything will be darker. So if I go to the settings, go here to the environment color, make it darker, resend it. You see, we see a nice glowing effect and everything, but we don't see anything of this blue here. But I want a dark background, of course. So what I need now, I want something to reflect in our sweep too. So you could take an normal here an HDRI environment and put an HDRI inside. But I use, of course, my rig here. I have the OCTANE rig. There will come an update soon, but I'm busy. What can I do? I'm still alone, and nobody wants to work with me. No, honestly, I didn't ask anyone, and I have nobody here in my. I know nobody here private who can do this. They are all programmers. They are all more clever like me, as me, you know, and they speak better English. Okay, so I use my rig here. Put it in. That overrides the environment. So I go to my rig here. Go to my and I want here. I want this bright. I want to see a blue. Okay, it doesn't have to be so, but a little. It goes so far that I see my blue. Okay, this is okay. And I have already an HDRI here inside, so you see this reflections here. We can make this brighter. Let's say go to 5. So you see we have reflections. But 5 is too much for the moment. Sorry. Okay, what can we do that we have a dark background? Let's activate our cloner. Let's see what we get. Update. Okay. I don't like this white, so I go to my mix material. I could go only to the emission too. I don't have to go open the mix material. I can go to the emission too and just work with the emission. So, and here I want just another temperature. I go to the left until I have nice orangey color like this. It looks nice. Yes, this is what I like. Okay. Now we have a nice transition here. This is exactly what I had. What can I do that I have a dark background? What I do is I just make a normal background object here, and I make a normal Cinema 4D material. I just double click in the material manager, double click the material. I have a totally normal Cinema 4D material. Now I say this is the background, so BG. And here in the color channel I just make a gradient, circular gradient. And invert the nodes. Did I? Let's see. It's just background picture. This will be one of the next updates that we can do this with the normal background here in the settings. Yeah. Okay, this is another way. And here I want it darker, something like that. Not totally black, so something like that. Okay, and drag it on the background. And all what I have to do now is I go to the Octane settings, so go to my kernel and say alpha channel yes. And we have a dark background with blue stripes here. So nice. Okay. The next thing is yeah, the light in the background here. Make it back. So we have the light here. Activate it. But what we need here is we need right click, Octane tag, camera, light tag, and we need here an area light. See here something, but this faces in the wrong direction. So I go to my light, R for rotation, and just rotate it. And just rotate it for 180 degrees. Hold your shift key so I have increments 180 degrees. So you see we have our light here, but that does not really look nice. So I go to my light here, and in the details I can say I don't want a rectangle, I want a sphere. Whoops, much better. And maybe I want the sphere a little. No, not this. I want it in the x-axis 300, so a little longer. And I rotate it a little bit, so something like that. This is great in Octane, of course. You see everything. Okay. And you see here the nice blue. This is from the light. This is nice. And of course we can play now with the camera. So I got camera tag. And here with the post-processing, and now we can play with the bloom or with the glare. Glare is nice here, but I don't think that I need the bloom. But let's see. Something like that maybe. Glare. But glare blur. Okay, and we need a depth of field. And this focus thing, what I did in the last tutorial. So in the camera we have the focus object, and the this works for the in Octane too. So the only thing we have to do is in the tag, in the camera tag, disable autofocus, and this should work. So up with this, works a little bit. Let's go with the aperture up, so that's a 15, so we should see something. Okay, it works definitely. Something is here. Is this the floor? Floor on, yes, this is the floor. Okay. We don't need a floor here, so we have depth of field. And you see, when we go here to the focus object and select it, and now here I can change the focus with the null object, you see. Now we have the focus here in front, and backside is totally out of focus, or we go in the other direction. Oops. Something like this. So this works with the focus object too. This is, which is really nice. If you don't want to work with the focus object, you can of course delete the focus object and work here with the focus pointer, and you point just to where you want it and have your focus point. So, but that is it. The rest is like in the tutorial before in Photoshop. Zack, 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 and we are done. But we could do one thing here. So with the fog, so go to the post processing end. Okay, but this is maybe to thing. No, I want to do my rig here. Make it a little darker here. So I have here a dark front, but nice bluish thing in the background. I think this is almost too much here with the thickness to 15. Let's try 10. I think that is better, yeah. And go with the focus. Oopsie, this is the wrong thing. And the focus. More in the middle. Okay. What we can try here is another HDRI maybe. Shift F8. Woo. I have to buy another monitor with 1080p here on my side for the tutorials. This is nothing to every time to set an 4K monitor to 1080. This is horrible. I will see how the donation works. Cheap monitor for the tutorials. So let's see, just any other HDRI. Let's put this in. And make more power here. And disable the post-production for the moment so we see it better. But I don't think this is a very good Better. Some HDRIs need a little longer to load, of course, because some of them are 8K and something else. So this looks so nice, so almost subsurface scattering-ish. This looks nice, yeah. And this is this I like. Go with the power. 5. Yeah, it looks really nice. Maybe let's go to this material again, to the blue material. Zip. And go back with the roughness a little bit to 0.1. So it shines more. This looks great, this subsurface scattering thing here. It isn't subsurface scattering, but it looks like, because the glow from these tips here, lights on this looks great. This we don't have in the physical, but we could reach this effect, of course. So nice so far. But we see here something. The transitions, we see rings here, and this could be maybe from the settings. Let's go to this shader here. We have 128. Let's go up to 2K. Maybe that makes it better. Not really. 4K. It calculates. Please don't crash now. Resend it. Okay. No, it's not really better, but we can do this in Photoshop later. And I think it's a way we are just with 300 samples, so when we go up with the samples, it's okay. Here everything is grainy and everything, so just if we go up with the samples, is sure better. So see, we have just 300 samples. The settings are not really good here. Let's go to 2000. I say 8. It's too much, but we wouldn't need it so high, but why not? Here the GI clamp is much too high. 1 would be okay, but let's go to 10. The rest should be okay. Camera image vignette thing is off, that's okay. I want to make this. I know a lot of people in Octane, they don't work with the response here. They work just with linear. So let's say they go here to linear and do everything in Photoshop later. But if you go to linear, you have to go here to the gamma 2.2, and they do then everything in Photoshop. What is a good way? So of course this would be the correct way normally. And here float linear. But I like this camera things here. So normally I go through to the camera settings here. So I select the first, then with the arrow key just go through and see what I like. See, this is a post effect, so it don't need to render. And sometimes you get really nice effects here. Sometimes you don't have to even go to Photoshop. So I go to my first thing here, because when you go to the posts, not to the camera image, and play here a little bit. Let's say, go down with the camera, or with the gamma, go up here. a little bit, then we go to the post, make some glow, little bloom, and you get nice things here. And you see with higher settings, these rings are a little better, but not really. But the only thing what I think, if we send this now to the picture viewer, we won't see in background thing, I think. Show in picture viewer, yeah. Here we lose the background, but if we render it here, what's this? Ah, this is my other thing here. This project is. Don't want to click on it because this is not nothing. Forgot to. But when I render it here with Shift R, this should normally render with the background now. Let's see if I'm right. Oh, I forgot. Now we have 1500 by 1500. Let's make this. We set it to 1500 here. This is much too. Doesn't matter. We see it. It renders with background here in the picture viewer. Okay, and here in the picture viewer, even in the picture viewer, you have a filter too. If you don't know this, and here you can play the same. So you have exposure and everything. You have gamma. You can work here as well. Nice glow effects like this. So you don't need. You can do this with normal Cinema 4D render too, with this bloom and everything. Okay, yeah, that's it. I hope you like this, and I hope it is what you wanted to see. Let's disable it here. So. Oh, I forgot. I want to show you the fog thing. Here is something wrong. I disabled everything. Maybe I should save this. Swirl Octane, because I have the feeling it will crash. Octane. So go to the settings here. Go back to 300. And resend it here. I think we have a problem here. It does nothing at the moment. Let's reopen the scene, maybe that helps. Okay. Nope. Does not help. Let's restart cinema. What means the external render works? Really? At here, then it still renders here. That's the reason. Okay, stop it. And now, no, it's not the fault of Octane, it's my fault. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, it's weekend. That's one excuse. Come on. Good. The fog. I want to show you the fog. The fog. What's wrong here at the moment? Something does not really work here. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's add a octane fog volume. You see, we have something here, and here we want to see it later a little bit. So go to the volume, and I make here the fog size for the editor bigger. Let's say 50. And make here, go here to display. I want to go shading, so you see it better. And then box is okay so far, I think. Make it bigger, so let's say XYZ, so XY 500, 500, and Z, let's say 1000. And what you see here now is the fog. Okay, where's the fog? A little background, so something like that. And go down with the density. Here the medium. Go in the medium and go down with the density. So until we see something that looks a little like fog. Of course, this is with the blue now. It looks nice with the fog. But here we see more or less a preview of the fog. Now we have nothing in the fog, but you could click here and generate on cloud, so it makes nothing else, just a noise in the texture. So if I click on cloud, you see you get a noise, the texture, and that's it. And let's hide this cloner for the moment, so we see just the fog. You see here the fog. Why is it so small? The fog size should be 500, 500,000. 500, 500,000. So now we see the fog. And this shows us the fog here, this voxel size grid. I made it bigger, let's say 50, like I made it before. You see a very rough preview in that how the noise looks like. And you see here we have the fog. And here this is a totally normal noise, there's nothing more. So we can take this to, let's say, Wavy Turbulence. And make it a little bigger, this whole thing. Okay, now it looks better. Bring back our cloner. This will need a little bit. So, but now you see how to make the fog here. So we can make this a little smaller so we see more. Or go up with the contrast here. Let's make this so and go up with the contrast. And here you see a kind of a preview of the fog. Let's go here to the medium again. And now we see that the fog becomes a little bit color of the thing. That's nice. And the grain is of course because of the few samples. But I still prefer the fog in post work. Let's see. This is not really a nice. Let's see what this does. No. Now we see something. You can go here from box to circle. This. Okay. It makes not really much difference, but as I said, I would say make the fog in the post work. You can make the fog, give the color of the fog in post work too and everything. So 200. For me, it looks every time the same. Let's see. No, it isn't the same, but it looks every time the same. Now it's starting to get better. Okay. Now we see nice the preview. Let's go back to the box here. It looks kind of funny here. Ooh. Okay, so but you can play whatever or do whatever you want here. So this is it for today, and I hope you like this. So you see, it's not really difficult to texture here with the vertex map, but what we have to do is just to make the sweep editable, and it doesn't work correctly with the correction deformer. But this is no problem when we have our result, our last displacement and everything, so why not make it editable? Normally I would put the correction deformer thing and everything in a backup folder, and if I wanna go back, but you see, it's not really necessary. So okay, and I hope to see you in the next tutorial. And what do we have today? Today is Saturday, so yeah, tomorrow is Sunday, so tomorrow will come another tutorial. And yeah, if you have questions, just ask me on my Facebook site or whatever, in my new Facebook group, where I made just a group for the tutorials that I did, so you can ask there, especially about the tutorials, and show your results there on the Facebook group, or you can request everything you want, and yeah, just have a look, and yeah, contact me on my Facebook, website, here in the comments, wherever you want. In the description you find every link you need. You will find the project file, you will find a donation link if you want to donate, you will find a link to my Patreon site. Yeah, and that's it for today. So I wish you a nice day and a nice weekend, and hopefully see you next time. So tschüss und baba.